Hey everybody, on this episode of Inside the Mind, I interview a very, very interesting man named Jon. He's a gym owner in San Diego, California, like myself. He's in the fitness industry, so I relate to him a lot, and he drops a whole bunch of valuable information that we're both gonna learn from. So check it out. I follow you. I follow you a little bit. I know you're into Muay Thai. I know you have your business going on. Like, how did you get from where you were in the past till now, though?
Dude, man, that is a long story.
Hey, man.
Well, here, let me break it down for you. I was in college. I moved down to San Diego in 2007 to get my degree in biology. I was looking to do, pre-med. I was kind of interested in being a doctor. I don't really know, actually. I just felt like it was kind of cool. Like, oh, doctor, whatever. Yeah. I don't know, man. I started personal training when I moved down here, and I ended up falling in love with personal training. And when I graduated college with my degree in bio, I was like, I don't even want to go to school anymore. I'm done with it. So I was kind of in a weird place. I was at 24-Hour Fitness, and I wasn't making enough money to kind of pay the bills. So I was super stressed out. And I was living downtown in San Diego at the time, and I was like following some guys online, fitness business guys, and just kind of learning about the business aspect because I was getting my ass kicked. I couldn't sell personal training. I didn't know how to market it. I didn't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. I know you. You're in fitness. You know about that. Mm-hmm. So it's like I was super stressed out. So it got to a point where I wasn't going to be able to pay my next rent for my apartment. So I got out of the lease. I was living on my buddy's couch for a couple months, and I ended up hiring this guy online to kind of coach me on how to run a fitness business. And he just gave me a list of like 20 or 30 books to read, and over the course of 6 months I just read a fuck ton of books, like mainly about mindset, because I don't know, at 22 years old and kind of being on your own, I was like, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. So I ended up, taking a couple of my clients private, and that didn't work out well because, as you know, you start off with like 10 clients private, and then one, moves.
Yeah.
And then one fucking says, oh, I don't want to train anymore. So now you're like, oh shit,
yeah.
Almost half my income spreads out as a motherfucker. So I finally had to start taking action because I know I was being lazy. I wasn't prospecting. I wasn't going business to business. I wasn't selling. I wasn't doing any of that shit. I didn't believe in myself. Who is gonna listen to a 22-year-old? And that was my mindset.
Yeah.
So finally, after all that, I had hired this guy, and he just gave me kind of step-by-step instructions. Like, all right, this is what you're gonna do. And if you're gonna be a little bitch and not do it, well, you're gonna be in your position for the rest of your life. So I was like, fuck. So finally, I started going business to business. I started hitting up some gymnastics facilities to rent space out of, for super cheap, where I could go in the mornings and train my clients. And, I hit up Groupon and Living Social to see if I could get my name on there so I could get some clients in the door. And they all said no.
Oh, wow.
So I was kind of stressed out for like 2 years or 3 years where I was trying to hustle 10, 15 hours a day, and I wasn't getting any results. There was no follow through, or there was a disconnect. So since that point, it's been a long journey of kind of ups and downs and learning what works best, learning how to sell group training. Selling group training is different from selling one-on-one training.
100%.
People, go from, in San Diego, people go from gym to gym. There's like 1,000 freaking gyms.
Yeah.
Well, why should I believe in Jon? So it's like, it was a big learning curve, and now I'm here. Just opened up this gym a year ago, and it's been a long process, and I'm continually learning, and it's been pretty cool.
My question to you is, like, for someone that wants to take that step, because I know it's hard, especially when you're like, I'm asking about the coaching aspect. When you're in rock bottom, and you're like, you know what, I need to hire a coach. Because I know it's hard for a lot of people, especially when they're in that situation, to be like, you know what, I barely even have any money right now, but I'm gonna hire a coach? Like, what would you give to that advice to someone that's in that situation right there?
You have to take the leap of faith, man, and you have to put the hard work in. And it's so. I was so stressed out at that point in my life, man. I can't even tell you I had insomnia for 2 years, even after I hired the coach. So it's, and when I hired this coach, I had $2,000 in my bank account. To hire this coach, it was a $2,000 down payment with a $400 a month commitment for 3 years. I was desperate, and I gotta tell you, man, you just gotta take the leap of faith, and the research has to be done on the right coach, I had been following this guy online for a couple of years prior, and I had believed in him. I had followed his blog. I bought a couple of his products, how to sell clients and how to market. But I'd already kind of knew him through online. So the research has to be there. So before you go out on your own and reach out and find a mentor, any mentor, you got to do the research. Even a couple months of research, will do the job. But, you got to do the work. You have to do the research. And in all honesty, even when you hire your coach, you're still going to be stressed out. That's okay though. That's all right. And my advice to you is just be faithful and understand that the process is going to be stressful, and understand that it's also going to reap a lot of rewards.
I was in a similar situation as you, as far as like, and I'm trying to work my way up to a group training setting as far as like getting my own gym. But I was in a similar situation where I worked at 24-hour fitness, and I was like not getting enough money. But I decided I was trying to train outside and in 24 at the same time, but I kind of like separated them. It was separate basically, and literally the next day that I got my first client outside of outside of 24, they called me in the office and I was like, hey, we found out that you're training on the side, so you get a decision. I actually hired a coach myself. Not really, well, he's a personal training coach, but he was more of the sales and marketing aspect of it. Because I know how to train. We know how to train. Like, we know the book. We read the book, but be able to get clients. That's the biggest thing. How are you gonna get clients?
Right.
So
it's like, you can be the best fucking trainer in the world, but you can also be broke.
Yes.
He's like, you can be broke. He's like, you don't know how to get the clients in front of you. And even if you do the marketing right, but you don't do the sales right, you're still
Yes.
You could be great at marketing, but be a shitty ass salesman, you're gonna lose. You can be great at sales and have no marketing, and you can lose. You gotta have both aspects, all three aspects of training, the marketing, and then sales, right?
100%. And I have a question for you. When you're going through those tough times and stuff, what kept you going though, even though it was hard?
Not quitting. Not being a quitter, because I had told a bunch of people I was going out on my own, and there were a lot of months, even still to this day, there are challenges in this gym that I never thought I would face. And it's like, being consistent with what I say is really a big part of who I've become, and I think it really started when I hired my coach. And I didn't want to move back home. I didn't want to move back home with my freaking tail between my legs. I don't want my dad or my mom or my friends being like, oh, what a bitch, he had to move back home. Like, oh, he couldn't find his way, I don't know. I'm very prideful, so I think my pride kept me going at that point. Now, currently, when I face challenges, now it's just that my habits that I've created over the years keep going. And understanding that, dude, no matter where you're at in life, whether you own a gym, whether you're a personal trainer, or whether you own 8 gyms, you're going to come across so many challenges that you've never experienced before. And, just staying consistent with taking action toward your goal and staying consistent with moving forward. Just like, I know you follow Gary Vaynerchuk.
100%.
It's the same thing. You just have to take the action and make the moves. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. If sometimes in the face of adversity, even still, sometimes I halt for a second, and I'm like, I get a little bit scared. It's almost like I'm frozen in place. You can't move. You know, the stress freezes you in place, and you know, you have to remember, man, you got to break out of that. You can't just move a little bit forward, or maybe try one thing, or maybe focus on one thing that you know is going to work. All right, so where am I screwing up? Am I not getting clients in the door? Am I not selling them right? Where's the gap? You know, figure out where that gap is, and then being like, okay, what's the smallest step I can take in that direction that's going to make me feel comfortable that I'm doing something that's still going to be challenging, but not going to be super intimidating where you're still going to be frozen in that same spot. Like, okay, sales, what can I work on? Do I need to start sitting down with my clients a little bit more? You know, do I need to sit down with new members? Do I need to kind of program them? Should I be telling them the prices up front? You know, trying different things, you know, marketing. You know, am I putting out Facebook ads? Am I doing marketing on Instagram? You know, am I having my clients bring me referrals? You know, what kind of marketing am I doing? Figure out where that gap is, and then making moves in that direction. It's just about keeping the game plan going, you know?
Man, I'm learning so much right now. Oh my God. 2 more questions before I let you go. Right now, as far as like now you being a business owner, making that step, what are the 3 main things you've learned now being a business owner? Because I know that's a big difference from only training to now owning the place. And now, what would you say the 3 biggest things you've learned? I know it's hard to put you on the spot, but I'm intrigued right now. I want to learn.
is that you're going to get slammed in the face with the fucking hardest shit, and you better be prepared for whatever it is. You know, if you open up a facility and you don't have excess cash in the bank, you know you're going to be screwed at some point. You know, so understanding that, you know, the challenges will always be there, and understand that you're always going to be put under stress no matter what. There's never going to be a point when you're like, okay, good. I'll tell you what, when I've done that in the past, when you do say that, I'm fucking good, that's when the problem
comes.
Number 2, make sure your customers are happy, man. If you make sure your customers are happy, they'll never leave. Always deliver them content, good content. Just like everybody says who does do videos or has a successful business, make sure you're giving your clients the best experience ever. You know, don't try not to expect a ton from them, but give them a lot. Give them a lot of content. Like I see you putting out a lot of videos. I was watching your video about how to get fat. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
How to get fat. Eat as much junk as possible. Shit. I think that shit's funny, man. People love personality. That's another thing, man.
Yeah.
You have personality, use it. You know, obviously, you're putting out a lot of good videos on your Instagram. I know, obviously, you're doing these calls. That's cool, man. Always stay consistent with what you do. You know, like you're making great videos. I love that shit. That's cool. I like that you're putting stuff out. That's something that I want to get into is creating good videos. You know, I just got on Instagram a few months ago, and I think that's a really awesome place to put your voice out there. And I was happy you reached out to me and asked me to do this because I want to talk to you about that. You know, that's cool, man. I like seeing what you're doing. You know, shooting out random people on Instagram and be like, hey, let me do a podcast. Fuck yeah.
100%.
I like that.
I like networking, so yeah.
Just always be learning. You know, always dive into learning stuff. You know, read different books. Obviously, I know that you do all this stuff. Read blogs. You know, I think that right now my biggest influence is Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, I think that he's right, and I think that what you're doing is cool too. Because going online is the next big thing, man. I don't think that owning a business like this is the next big thing. It's cool to have a gym, but man, if you have a voice online, I think that's where the future is. So I think what you're doing is awesome, man. Putting your voice online, putting it out there, because you know what? Not a lot of people are doing it. You know? People have the guts to go out and put themselves out there like you're doing, and I think that's cool, man. I like that. And I would love to meet up with you in person at some point, man. Hang out.
100%, bro. I'm down too. You down the street. And my last question to you before I go, is like, what is your vision? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, your end goal as far as like, I know you have the gym right now, but like, what are you trying to like? If you were to say like, look back 10, 20 years from now, I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like the big picture.
My big picture is, man, I want to build an online empire in fitness.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people online in fitness, I think they're putting out a lot of bad information. I feel like a lot of people online are not real, or they're not putting out legitimate stuff. Me, I would love to be able to put out great stuff online. I want to reach people around the world, not just here in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
If I could reach somebody in Chicago, New York, Florida, you know, that'd be awesome. I think that moving into my next business venture would be some sort of online program, and I think that's the future. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at 10 years ago. Fuck, 2007, man.
Really?
Look at 2000. You know, the internet's brand new, and now look at it. Now, shit, we're gonna be moving into virtual reality in 10, 15 years.
God.
10, 15 years, man, you're gonna be a virtual trainer. You're gonna be able to create an app. You're gonna be able to create an app with you, fuck virtual guy. You're gonna put goggles on, and I'm gonna fucking see you, and you're gonna be training. And you can fucking log in, and if you want, this guy can be in, you know, South Africa. You can log in together if you want, and you can work with this guy one-on-one, fucking at the beach. You know, you can work with them in Alaska. You know, I feel like that's the future.
Oh, you know? My God, man, you got my mind blown away right now thinking about that, man.
20 years, imagine. Look at 20 years ago. Yeah,
you couldn't do this.
The first cell phones.
Oh yeah, it was as big as this water bottle.
Probably right. Shit. You know, I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom what 20 years from now looks like. But it's gonna be highly technical, and I look forward to it.